Welcome back, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, Supercast. The Supercast, where we talk about all things superhero in our pop culture media, and that's video games, movies, TV shows. We talk about the news, do a little speculation, all that good nerdy stuff. I am Mo Pape, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend LADI. LADI, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine. Was a little pissed off a bit, but it has nothing to do with what's going on, but something I want to do. But I'm not gonna let it ruin my parade.
There, there you go. Yeah, we're doing a late night record because somebody, aka me, forgot we were supposed to be recording yesterday, so had to do it after getting off to work. But we're gonna make it happen tonight. Lottie, been watching anything cool lately? I know we've been watching Last of Us. Anything else?
Uh, Vinland Saga, really good. Of course, there's Vox Machina, and there was another show I can't remember um that I was watching. I can't think of it.
Must not be that good.
No, it's
No,
like I watch it in passing.
right. I got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys are on the channel, I of course have been reviewing a bunch of stuff, and I've been trying to watch the Willow show that just finished its first season, and it's alright. It's alright, I guess. There's in a world of binaries. It's I guess I would say yeah you can watch it, but it could be better. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about superhero stuff, and we got just all news this week. We're going to do a kind of a shortened show, but we got 5 things to talk about today uh, that have kind of bubbled up to the surface. So first, Lottie, we're going to talk about Jeremy Renner and see where he is in his recovery. We're going to talk about the Invincible Season 2 teaser. Also, we will talk about the Harley Quinn Valentine's special trailer that dropped unexpectedly. Angela Bassett makes history for Marvel, and then finally a couple of unexpected or maybe expected departures for the DC universe over on HBO Max. So we're gonna talk about all that. You ready to go, Lottie?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get to it. For I think we were all really you know uh, hit blindsided, if you will, by the news that Jeremy Renner was in serious condition like a few weeks ago in I guess a snowplow accident or something like that. And fortunately, he got medical care and everything like that. He got to the hospital, but he's just kind of been, recovering from surgeries and everything. And Lottie, I think you said something that about he had 30 broken bones or something like that, or he had said that. I can't remember. But either way, that doesn't mean that we've been kept in the dark. In fact, he or whoever is managing his social media has been keeping us up to date. So we did get an update from Jeremy Renner about his status as in his recovery, and we got a picture too, which was really cool. He said that 30 plus broken bones will men grow stronger, just like the love and bond with family and friends deepens. So, and we saw like someone basically, I guess a nurse or something, helping him with his rehab. So, Lottie, sounds to me like he's not out of the woods, but he's definitely he's on the mend and everything. He sounds upbeat and everything like that, and I know he knows everyone is kind of pulling for him. So, your thoughts on Jeremy Renner as he's kind of working his way through his ailments.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear this, man, because this like a lot of this was happening during just like this weird time during the holidays. Just everybody's just you know having freak accidents, not just in the comic book world. It was in the sports world. It was in just real life. Just a whole bunch of stuff happening. Happy to hear that he's doing much better, and that he could definitely make a recovery, because a lot of people are just debating on the being, and I feel like it was being insensitive on there, going like, oh, then who's gonna be Hawkeye, man? No one,
Yeah.
who cares about that? Who cares about that, man? Let's just focus on him being able to just be alive, and then after that, him able to walk and do things on his own. Who cares about Hawkeye?
Yeah.
You know.
That's true. I mean, we're all we tend to think about ourselves, but his injury. I think my first thing I was like, it's whenever stuff like this, I was just like, no, man, like, and I was like, how serious it? Like it. I don't know Jeremy Renner from anybody. All I know is I've seen him on movies and stuff, and he plays a character I like. But that still doesn't mean that this injury happening doesn't sort of make us think like, hey, that's we hope that whatever happened to him, um, it's recoverable and that it's not any lasting damage or anything. But I just love the fact that you know he's been really open and kind of like sharing with the world, because I think I know I understand people want privacy and everything, but I think him deciding to kind of share with the world that, hey, I'm still, I'm making it through this and everything, has been kind of a good thing, and I think there's a lot of goodwill towards him. So either way, this is good news. Glad to see it. Glad to hear it. And hopefully we'll hear more good news on his progress as the weeks and months go forward. So again, speedy recovery for Jeremy Renner. So moving on to the next item, Lottie, I forgot to talk about this last week, and you know, probably for a good reason. Like, I was salty. Can I tell you I was salty? So salty. And that's about this Invincible teaser that we got. It just kind of dropped. I don't want to say it was out of nowhere. I think it had been hinted at that there was going to be something. And it was Invincible and Alan the Alien at a burger mart eating burgers, and basically talking about how there's so much work to be done on the show, but season 2 is definitely coming, but late 2023, and that's what it was. It was, and like there was some there was some funny little things in it, but whatever. So, Lottie, I was salty. I mean, like, I would prefer that they didn't do it at all. That little thing that they did was, I'm sure they thought it was cute, and some people probably like, yeah, or, cool, it's coming. All I could think was, bitch, if you don't got new footage to show, what are you even doing here? Like, you could have put that shit on a poster. You could have put a shit on a poster saying it's coming in late 2023. But you had me all excited, had me all ready. I was at work and they said new Invincible teaser. I was like, oh, as soon as I get home from work, about to pop this thing on. I sat down, got my drink, sat on the couch. I put YouTube on the TV. I was like, it's about to be on and popping. I'm about to see some stuff. And I saw two dudes sitting there talking about how we're working on it. I'm telling you, I was just salty. I was like, what the hell was the point of that? What was that? Lottie, explain to me, what was the point of that? Help me not be salty.
I know a lot of people, not just you, that were upset with that, and I don't blame you guys. But I feel that as a guy who puts out content, I feel I completely understand what they were doing with that. It may not be what you wanted, but it showed, and this is what I explained to some of my friends who were saying the same thing. It showed enough in the sense of like it shows you that the animation is better, the artwork is better, the lighting is going to be better, because it's sort of like, instead of it being like this teaser trailer you're seeing Invincible blooded, beaten up and all that stuff, it's more like a tech demo, just to show you what they have now, instead of giving you everything. Because it's like, why show a trailer when it's not coming out anytime soon. And the main reason why they did this is because I know you don't really look at comment sections too much, but you know the Vox Machina trailer?
Hmm.
Majority of the comments were, "Where is Invincible?"
Yeah, yeah.
People
YouTube
were
comment
not
section.
happy. But
Yeah,
even that, not just that, just everywhere. Instagram, everybody is saying, "Where is Invincible?" Like every time Amazon releases any type of thing, "Where is Invincible? Where is
oh
Invincible?
man,
Where is
I
Invincible?
got
Where
you.
is Invincible?"
There
So they're just
isn't.
like,
Yeah, there
"Here,
is
let's make
insufferable.
this."
There is insufferable as the Warrior Nun people for Netflix. Those people, I swear to God, you can't post anything about Netflix without somebody coming in and be like, renews Warrior Nun for season 3. I'm like, will you get out of here? This is this isn't even related to Warrior Nun. Get away. But
Yep.
okay, I I get it. It's look, I get what they're saying. Like for real, we're working on it. It's coming. For real, for real. Then they wanted to do something more than just be like, hey, we're working on it. I still am just like, bitch. I'm so used to teasers, showing teasing. This wasn't teasing. This was more, wasn't a teaser. This is more of a promise for something to happen. I'm like, I was just salty. Um, I wanted to see some anything to get me hyped up. And all this did was just make me think, God damn it, late 2023 could be December. We could literally be 11 months away from this. So I'm sorry. It didn't do it did what it was supposed to, which was let me know that something was coming. It did not make me happy though. So do I can't say do better because the next time we see it, they're totally going to do better. So either way, I just wanted to get that off my chest. That's the whole point of this was for me to you know be a salty bitch about it. So, anyway, we'll talk about Invincible when they release more information. Let's talk about an actual trailer that showed some stuff and actually promised something cool in the future, and that is, and it was a huge surprise too. Harley Quinn is getting a Valentine's Day special. Well, first of all, Lottie, have you outside of like network TV shows, have you ever heard of a show having just like a Valentine's Day special, just a special episode for Valentine's Day? I've never seen that before.
I've seen it for like cartoons. I've seen it for cartoons, but like an adult thing, not really.
And but we're literally not in the season. It's not even like usually the shows are in the season, so they're like, let's talk about Valentine's Day or Christmas
Oh
Day.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But we're
yeah.
literally not, they are. This is like if you were at Marvel, this is a special presentation, which for number one, yes, please, and more of these, like for real. And second, this is a gift. I didn't. This is a gift I didn't know that I was getting, and it's like an awesome gift because Harley Quinn. Let's just call it like it is. Let's be real. It's the best DC TV show running. Uh, well, I don't know. Peacemaker's pretty high up there too, but I will say neck and neck for me with them. Harley Quinn is so awesome, and then they dropped this trailer, and I got some thoughts about it. But Lottie, you just got to see this one. What did you think about it?
There's a lot of what the WTFs happening in this. Like Harley Quinn was always like mature, but I feel like they're like at the edge of almost touching like animated softcore porn. Like it's getting
I'm,
that level
I'm gonna say
where I'm like,
I'm failing
whoa.
I'm failing to see a problem here.
I'm just like, it's they're just like, oh hey, you thought Hero Gasm was bad? We're one up that. Oh, you thought that was bad? We're gonna completely one up that. In the damn trailer. In the trailer. It's not like this is the episode. It was the trailer showing this.
Right.
It shows a woman getting banged in the background in her window while they're talking. I mean,
There's, it's, it's on brand. It's exactly on brand. There, it had some great. Oh God, it had some great jokes. She she said, what did she say? You cannot get mad at me for getting you off too good. That's not a thing. And I'm like, I couldn't. And I understand the context, but it was so funny. Bane is it? Man, of course Bane's got to be. And they had Etrigan. I, I mean, I don't know what to say other than the writers of this show are some of the smartest and funniest people making shit right now, because that's a great deep cut, and it made sense, and it was a hilarious little joke that Etrigan made, and I kind of love that. This looks, we weren't expecting this, and it's gonna be just like another nice little addition to the Harley Quinn canon. And also, I love that they show some of the heroes, and they're having their love affairs too. I mean, look, I think it was a perfect trailer, and I can't wait for this shit. It looks great.
mhm.
So yes, even if it's animated softcore porn. I mean, I've watched anime, so I mean,
Hentai.
I, I I've watched anime before, so I know what's up. But I think it's gonna be not as much of that, but it still looks pretty fun. So that this watching this trailer also made me think of something, and it is that their adult animated shows, there's a lot of there are a bunch of them. Some of them I can't get into or whatever, but they're like shows like Velma. They aspire to be Harley Quinn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know
Mhm.
you haven't watched it, but you've heard me talk about it. That wishes it could be Harley Quinn. There are other shows that wish that they could do what Harley Quinn is doing, which is just kind of, you know, not tear down, but throw shade or take the piss out of, or subvert all sorts of things we think we know about, the DC universe or heroes or whatever, and kind of, go at it in a different way, and still be smart and funny about it. Make sex jokes, and make, all sorts of like kind of low humor jokes, but also make really smart commentary and all that stuff. And Velma wishes it could do that. And this trailer, let me say, is better than all the 4 episodes I've watched of Velma, just like straight up. And you
Wow.
know, well, I mean, but it's for a reason, because over the course of a few seasons, those writers they've really figured out the voice of Harley and Ivy, and King Shark and Batman. They know exactly how they're supposed to talk, and the things that they're talking about, how they know how to give that to us in an entertaining way. Like, it's so. I'm rambling on. The point is, I can't fucking wait for this. So we got to get this in a few weeks. That's a you know we weren't supposed to get something until season 3 or 4? Season 3.
Yeah.
And well, good. This is a good teaser. So Invincible, that's how you do a teaser. Damn it. So anyway, that's coming up soon. We're gonna review that when it drops. Um, some big news here. Coming to you from DC. Big news if you are a big fan of the Titan show and the Doom Patrol show. Big ass surprise, or I don't think you're gonna be surprised by this. They've been canceled. The Titans and Doom Patrol have been canceled. I think they both had 4 seasons. I want to say 3 or 4 seasons. LADI, I don't even. Did you? What, we watched 1 episode of Doom Patrol, right? Have you watched Titans at all?
No.
Um,
Unfortunately, no.
On the scale of 1 to 10, or a scale of oh no, I can't believe this, to uh, my gosh, who could have called this? How surprised are you by this?
I am 0% surprised by this at all. This does not surprise me. I mean, I sort of saw this coming, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, who's watching this? This is my first question. Who's watching these shows? I know people, and people I listen to or whatever, online. I know people are watching this, but who really is watching these shows? I've heard Doom Patrol's really good. And I mean, the first episode we watched, it seemed pretty cool. Have we gone back to watch more? No. I watched the
No.
first season of Titans. It was fine. It kind of cool in some ways and kind of okay in other ways. Have I watched the second season? No.
No.
So, and also here's the main thing. Where are they airing Titans and Doom Patrol? That's that they're airing on HBO Max. And HBO Max exclusives are getting canceled left and right because they're trying to save money, and they need shit to make money. Now note, things that play on HBO itself, they're not getting canceled, right? Things that are only on HBO Max are getting canceled. As we've said before, they don't make no money off of these shows, right? You put a movie straight to streaming, doesn't make any money. You put a TV show straight to streaming, doesn't make any money, right? That's because, basically it's just like with the Snyder Cut. They spent $70 million to put a movie on there, and it drove no appreciable new subscribers. So it didn't make it. It was a $70 million vanity project. And as nice as these shows may be, they aren't driving people to go subscribe to HBO Max. And
No.
and they're not on HBO itself. So they're not getting, being counted as part of the subscribers, for HBO. And they're not on, a network TV channel where there are ads. I mean, HBO Max has ads, but if this were on Tubi or on or on ABC or NBC, whatever, they would get ad revenue, right? And
Yeah.
so there's, honestly, this is true of all streaming shows that are exclusively on, premium streamers. They are they lose money, not because they're bad or anything, but because every year that Netflix or HBO Max or, Paramount have exclusive content for their channel or for their streaming service, they're paying money for that, and they're paying residuals, and they're paying, there's a constant stream of money out their pockets, and they have a constant stream of money into their pocket because of people subscribed, but that's a set amount. They only have so many subscribers, right? They have no,
Yeah.
if they don't have ad revenue or whatever, how do you make your money back? So this doesn't surprise me. They're cutting costs. They're trying to get back in the black, and and also James Gunn and Peter Safran are about to do their own thing. So all these legacy things are on the chopping block. Even though James Gunn did say on Twitter that this decision was made before they became in charge, so it's not really on them. It's on other people. So anyway, Lottie, that's a lot. So some inside baseball there. But I like, and I want to get your thought on this. Does this then free up the Titans and Doom Patrol, either this iteration or new iterations, for James Gunn and Peter Safran to work with?
Listen, don't do it. Don't you dare. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You know how much I want to see a Teen Titans thing. Don't you do it. I see what you're doing. And I won't let you do it to me. I won't let you do
I'm
it.
just saying,
But in all
like, they're
seriously,
free. They're
in all
free.
seriousness, yeah, they're free. In all seriousness, sometimes you have to sacrifice. Sometimes you have to sacrifice for the greater good. I'm sorry. I know there are Doom Patrol fans that text me like, "How could he?" I was just like, "Well, guys, I know you guys are like you were there since day one, but I watched episode one and I was like, eh.
It's fine. It's fine. This
How could he?
like I guess people like, you know what's going on here. Like a lot of this is very opaque to just average viewers. Even nerds who are really like, ooh, I love this. I like this. I like that. Like this is not a DC example, but ask yourself, why did Agents of Shield run so long? Right?
Hmm.
Agents of Shield ran for 7 seasons. Now, was it the most popular Marvel thing? Most people that like Marvel shit never watched one episode of that thing, right? And yet it
Yeah,
ran for 7 seasons. Well, part of the reason is because it ran on network TV and it can pay for it. It pays for itself because of
itself.
ad revenue, right?
Yeah,
And they're trying to get there on HBO. They have an ad tier and everything like that. But the truth is that most people who are going to have HBO are not going to have that part, right? Or if you do have HBO, they're going to get it for one thing and then cancel it, right? So
yeah.
everything that's on HBO Max exclusively has got to justify itself by being excellent. It can't be just good. It can't just be aight. It's got to be excellent. Because if it's not justifying its existence. And I hate to say that, but business is business. They're not making superhero shit just for the love of the art. That is in no way the reason why Zaslav cares about DC. All he cares about is them dollar bills. Zaslav. Y'all,
Dollar
y'all,
dollar
y'all,
bill,
y'all,
y'all.
y'all think he's Conan the Barbarian swinging his axe? No, he's Moneybag Mickey. Like he is. He's trying to get that money, and and that the axe only exists so he can make that cash.
He's
So
money back. He's money back bunny. Bugs Bunny. That's what he is. Money bag Bugs.
because what's the Yosemite? What's the real reference?
Yosemite
Yosemite
Sam.
Sam. He try
See, y'all
he's
see, y'all see, y'all see. I want my money, y'all.
so he's not doing this because to be honest, Zaslav, yeah, I'm sure maybe he likes him. He's doing this for money. So understand that as much as you like Titans, not enough people liked it. As much as you liked Doom Patrol, not enough people watched it. And that's just the truth. And that's why we're not getting more of it. And this is good. Look, I'll even say this. It's good. You have those things exist. You can continue to watch them. You won't get more, but you can watch them again. And now something new's coming down the line. If you're a comic book fan, you should be used to this. They change shit up all the time, trying to reinvigorate, trying to get things moving. So I think comic book movie and TV fans should get used to that feeling of, oh shit, they're upending my world. That's the life of being a fan of these things. The MCU have gotten people to think that it's just shit's going to be continuous for decades. That's not the way it really is with comic book stuff. Anywho, too bad for them, but good run, and maybe we'll watch them one of these days. Final bit of news. I saved the best for last, LADI, and that's this. Let's bow to the queen. Let's go ahead and give her flowers, because Angela Bassett has made history for the MCU for being the first Oscar-nominated actor, and for her role as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which we call this, right? Like I don't think honestly. I was hearing people talk about that before the movie even came out. The first critics were talking about how great she was and that they're like, she's going to get an Oscar nomination. And I was like, that sounds good. Let me see. Then I saw the movie and she was amazing. Just absolutely amazing. on the screen at all times. Had a great kind of send off, all that stuff, and then she won the Golden Globe for it. So the first major acting award that the MCU has gotten. So here we are. They announced these on Tuesday, and she was on the list, and I've heard she may be a front runner. So Lottie, I'm gonna say no surprise, right?
No,
Um,
she deserved it. She definitely deserved it.
yeah. Well, how do you feel about her? Her getting the nomination, but kind of making history here for the MCU. And do you think that maybe this is gonna, I don't want to say change the approach, but maybe change or inspire more of the writing and story direction to try to go for more prestige and less, theatric. And I don't want to say theatrics, less, you know, I don't want to say blockbustery, but you know what I'm saying, pew pew pow pow, and more prestige, acting.
Because here's the thing: the the MCU has been surrounded by talented actors and actresses. It's just as unfortunate that it's so like you'll get one cool acting scene, to the next thing you'll see an alien jump out of a portal. So it kind of takes some of the old heads that are they're still vote for the Oscars, Golden Globes, and all that stuff. It takes them out of it because there's some really good acting. I feel like sometimes the MCU should start doing more grounded films, and like you said, more on like more good acting in storytelling instead of just pew pew explosion, big CGI final boss. Sometimes let the final boss be their own person, what they're going through, because the thing, what the reason why Angela Bassett is probably going to win, is being nominated and probably is going to win, is because she's playing a role that black women, not just in America but around the world, have faced. They're in a they She's taken over a household where her husband is gone and her son is gone. People can connect to that. And that's probably something that Angela Bassett, not just through seeing movies, she's probably experienced in her own life. Maybe not in her family, but someone she knows. That is something that we can connect to. Sometimes I feel like Marvel, DC, and a lot of these comic book things, and this is why people are so addicted to Invincible, because when you make the character, you can make the character connect to us so much. It not only leads us to what do you call it? What's the word I'm trying to use? It makes us not only root for the character, but it makes us see ourselves into the character, put ourselves in that person's position. When you're a billionaire philanthropist, I mean, only people that can put themselves in Iron Man shoes is Bill Gates and freaking what's his name, Jeff Bezos, and you know what I mean, the
Yeah.
billionaires. We can't really connect with them. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying just because
Well,
Iron Man's a
yeah.
billionaire, but I'm saying they're not doing a very good job of having us connect with his character, because he doesn't go through much, or they didn't write him that he goes through stuff that a regular person can go through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I mean, I don't. I think that the thing about Tony is that there are many aspects of him that we can't identify with, but in terms of like his interpersonal connections with other people and all, there are some aspects of him that it's just we don't need $1 billion to be going through his inner turmoil about his relationship to his parents, or his his desire to kind of get closer to Pepper, being what he's being ashamed of his legacy, like being, toxic, and wanting to like reverse that, and be good force for the. There's a bunch of stuff in him that being a billionaire is just kind of like the outer coating, and there's other things we understand, but I get your point in that with Queen Ramonda, her journey as a character in that movie was often had very little to do with, it had pretty much nothing to do with any superheroics, anything like that, and more to do with, as you said, a strong woman having, facing a horrible loss and having to keep it together under extreme pressures from outside, and to bear all of that with dignity and grace, and still at in a moment of loss, kind of exploding, you know, in a powerful way. So there's so much, that she kind of brought to that, um, that you could really feel like you could, and then because in the first movie, she was sort of not as much of prominent of character. She's kind of in the back, in the background because it was about T'Challa. But in this one, she got to be a lot more up front, and we learned about more about her as a person beyond what we saw in the first movie. And I think it really, you know, she really connected with everyone in the movie in such a way that when ultimately there's, her the final parts of her character meant something. But and also Angela Bassett's awesome. So like, and
Yeah.
she's been, to me, she's been awesome for decades now, and it's so great to see her. She's already, and she was Oscar nominated before. It is so great to see her, get it again, and I hope she does win. I have a feeling that they're gonna be lame and like be like, "Oh, it's a comic book movie." I hope that's not true, because she was great. So either way, I do hope that this also means that, that Kevin Feige will, yeah, and all the producers and everything, they'll aim for scripts that are, because comic books, yes, they can be silly and adventurous and exciting and all that other stuff, but this is unrelated to Black Panther, but this is about the fact that comic book stories can do everything. I don't know if you got to see this, but someone posted um, a clip from the new Nightwing comic book, and then apparently in the DC Comics right now, the Justice League is disbanded and everything, and Batman's basically asked Dick Grayson to sort of put together a new team of Titans or whatever to kind of step in for the Justice League and to be the leader and everything. There's this nice little 3-page thing where he's basically saying, I'm not, I was sucked as a dad, and they're at Alfred's grave, who's apparently dead. He's like, I was bad as a dad, and like I was just, but and I wasn't there for you, and I'm emotionally and all this other stuff. But I'd always thought that you were going to be the better, you were going to be a better man than me and everything. And this, I'm I'm kind of fast forwarding through all this, but the point was that it's a Dick and Bruce having a father-son moment where one of them's like, I failed you, and he's like, you didn't fail me, you taught me and everything like that. I just want to be good enough for you. And he says, you are better than me, and that's why you're the right person. There's this, and they call each other dad and son, and it made me tear up because comics can do that, and I want Marvel to remember that comics can do that, right?
Yeah.
They did that in Endgame. I cannot watch Tony's death without crying. It just, I've tried. I've watched it over and over again. I've watched it many times. I can't. They can do it. I know they can do it. And I want them to kind of aim for that some more, because you can get top-notch actors. They've got some of the best actors that have ever done it to be in their movies. Great. Now, give them some meat to, give them a bone to chew on. Give them scenes to chew on. Give them dialogue to chew on, because there's no reason why a Marvel movie can't be Oscar nominated and win. It can. They can, if they don't allow the comic book aspect of it to overwhelm the fact that it needs to tell a story where it's about emotion and character, and it gives actors a chance to stretch and really do some things, right? That I think. So, anyway, I could go on. I love the fact that this happened. I hope she wins, and it'll be a great victory, not just for Marvel, but for comic books, movies in general. And we really want to see that. So, anyway, LADI, I think that's all. That's all of our stuff for today. But maybe we missed something. Maybe you guys had some things you had to say about these different topics, or what about what we had to say. Get down to the comment section and let us know your thoughts. And of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do us a favor, get down there, hit the like button on this video, and hit subscribe and the notification bell. All that good stuff helps with this channel, helps it to grow, helps more people to see these videos. And of course, I couldn't do this by myself. I need LADI's help to put the Supercast together. So LADI, where can they reach you on social media?
Well, you can always find me on my Instagram, which is Anu Kinihun. It's spelled ANUKINIHUN. Again, it's ANUKINIHUN. And of course, you can also find me on my YouTube channel, which is Kinihun25. Dead Space Remake is coming out very soon. So all of you guys, if you're ready to poop your pants on stream with me, prepare yourself. I'm pretty sure it comes out Friday. So as soon as it comes out, I'm streaming it. So y'all watch out for that.
What? You're not playing Forspoken? Wow! How dare you?
Oh, that game.
Man, I could talk about that. Anyway, I won't. All right, you guys go show LADI some love on his socials and check out his live streams. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us on this, the 86th episode of the Supercast. Come back next week. Got plenty more to talk about, man. I can't believe January is almost over. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more news. And hey, maybe James Gunn and Peter Safran will even actually release their information like they said they would. We're going to see. Until then, I've been Mo Le Poupée, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend LADI. We'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.